Today's Best Country. I'm Eric Cornish, and as promised, we have got country legend Charlie Daniels on the line. How are you, sir?
Eric, I'm doing great. Thanks for talking to me today.
Hey, it's so great to talk to you. I appreciate you calling today. Of course, so we're all excited about the Big O Music Fest, which is coming up August 16th at Reed's Orchard. And, well, you are on the bill with Hank Jr., a guy who I'm sure you've done a few shows with in your day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've worked together quite a bit over the years. It's always a fun package. Our fans seem to kind of intermingle. They kind of seem to like both acts, so it's a fun night.
I think so, and it's going to be really interesting because it's not just the two of you, but a lot of up and coming stars too, like the Low Cash Cowboys and the Lax and JT Hodges. Which it's going to be such a contrast in style, but it's so neat to see country music fans of today kind of gravitate to both of your styles of music.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. The Low Cash Cowboys been around for a while. They're a doggone good band, and they. I like seeing these. I like playing with with some of the young kids. I really enjoy being around. Justin Moore, for instance, is I think a real up and comer.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's some of the new outfits are good, really good.
Yeah, I tell you what, Justin played at the Big O last year, as a matter of fact. It just, the crowd just loves Justin and what he does. And what I like about Justin is I think he is kind of is the flag bearer for both sides of it. There's a lot of talk today about the direction country music is going. I think Justin does a good job of bringing in the style that's popular today, but keeping it country. So what is your opinion on just the general state of country music at this point?
Well, I agree with you totally about Justin. There is a lot of tradition about, or respect for tradition, I should say, about what Justin does, but he also manages to do it in his own way. He certainly doesn't copy anybody. I like seeing that in country music nowadays. There's not as much of that as there was at one time. That the music's changed a lot, but I think it's always good to show some respect for the tradition, for the people that actually got us there, the Willies and the Earls and the Hanks, and I think Justin is very good at that.
Yeah, very good. And I've seen you in concert many times, and I always wonder. I mean, you have so much energy, but you've been doing this for so long. Is there any sign of you slowing down?
No, not really. We'll do about close to 110 dates this year, travel in excess of 100,000 miles. Probably do about 8 Grand Ole Opry appearances, and quite a few other things. So we're pretty busy. I like being busy. I enjoy it.
Good for you. Good for you. And, and you talk about the Opry. It took you long enough, but you got in there. You're a member of the Grand Ole Opry, and that's some good company to be in.
It did take a while.
Well, I always love going to the Opry, and I look forward to seeing you. Hopefully, I can see you next time I get up there. But let's talk about this new project that you've got out, kind of paying tribute to Bob Dylan, Off the Grid. Tell me a little bit about how this project came together.
It came off in kind of a offhanded sort of way. We were asked to do some music for a cable TV show called Hell on Wheels that takes place back in the 1800s. So we were limited to using instruments that were around the 1800s, which were acoustical instruments. So we went in and did an acoustical cut. And we're so impressed with the different way it made the band sound, we thought, well, we should do an album. We should do a whole album of acoustical stuff with the band. And so I had, I guess, in the back of my mind for a long time, thought about doing a tribute album to Bob Dylan. I think he's one of the really huge influences on. I think he actually really changed American music back when he came along. Anyway, we decided to do it and went in and just started picking Bob Dylan tunes, finding ones we felt like we could put our mark on. We didn't want to do them like he did them or like anybody else ever did them before. We wanted to do Bob Dylan tunes, but in a CDB way. And it was a fun album to do. We thoroughly enjoyed it.
Very cool. And I want to play one of the tracks here. Of course, Bob Dylan, as you know, I mean, so famous for writing songs, but a lot of people don't even know that some of the songs that they're listening to were Bob Dylan songs. And this might be one of them. This is Mr. Tambourine Man. I'm going to play this. And I'm really digging this song in the CDB way, like you said. So we'll play this and then talk more with Charlie Daniels. Thanks for being with us here. 99.5 WKDQ, back with the legendary Charlie Daniels, who's going to be at the Big Old Music Fest on August the 16th. Reed's Orchard in Owensboro, Kentucky. Been to Kentucky in a while? I was going to say, it seems like it's been a while since you've been around.
Well, we go through it a lot. Other places we haven't. Let's see, I don't remember the last time exactly we played Kentucky, but we play there. We play somewhere in Kentucky just about every year. Yeah,
and it's always good to see you back in the Tri-State, and looking forward to the Big O Music Fest. Like we said, Hank Jr. is going to be there. A lot of other great artists as well. Let's talk just a few things about. First of all, I mean, obviously the biggest song in your career is "The Devil Went Down to Georgia," and I got to tell you, personally, for me, I heard that song when I was probably 2 years old on a 45 record that my dad had, and I didn't know anything about what the song was about, but I loved the song, and I knew I loved that. How cool is it that song has just stood the test of time for so many years?
Well, it's incredible. It's a blessing. Of course, at the time we did it, I had no idea that it would be sitting here, 35 years after the fact, and it would still be a viable song. It's something that it just happens. You can't plan it. It doesn't. There's no way you could possibly know that a song is going to last that long. It's just a blessing of the good Lord that something like that comes along in a career, because it has meant an awful lot to us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just there's just something about that song. It was way ahead of its time, and I think it's still ahead of a lot of the music that's out there today, as a lot of your music was. And as a matter of fact, we're getting ready to start our drive home here in a little bit, and one of the greatest songs I always like to play on a Friday afternoon is "Drinking My Baby Goodbye." I think that just, for some reason, that gets me going on a Friday, so we're going to play that here in a little bit, too.
I know where your head's at.
It's just one of those things. It just feels good. It just feels good on a Friday afternoon. So we'll do that this afternoon. Before I let you go, now I know on your website you have the soapbox, which is there, and anybody can read. You're very outspoken. Everybody knows that.
Yes, I am.
So we're not going to go deep into it, because they can read all your opinions there. But let me just ask you one question, and we'll keep this as brief as we can. If Charlie Daniels was president, what is one thing that you would do to make this a better country?
To make this a better country, I would start drilling and fracking. I would make us completely oil independent from all the Middle Eastern nations. I would give tax breaks to companies that have moved out of this nation to make them come back here to open their businesses back up in the United States. I would put America to work. That's where America needs to be. We don't need more welfare. We don't need more food stamps. We need more work. We need more people working. That's the only way you instill confidence and instill pride into people, is to make their own way, not being supported by the government.
Easy enough, and I'd vote for you. I'll tell you that much. So,
well, you ain't gonna have to, because I ain't ever running for no office. Believe me.
Well, if you want to check out everything that Charlie is saying about this nation and everything going on here and abroad, you can check out his website and check out his soapbox there as well, and of course all of his music. And you can see him at the Big O Music Fest, August 16th, Reed's Orchard, of course, with your buddy Hank Jr., who he's outspoken too. I've heard rumors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Hank will lay it on the line. There you go.
Yep, I think it's Hank and Charlie 2016. I'm just saying.
No.
Well, sir, it is so good.
I appreciate the thought anyway.
Hey, no problem. It is so good to talk to you. I can't wait to see you in Owensboro.
Looking forward to it.
And God bless you, and we'll see you soon.
You.